Alright, we are on section 10-9, translations. This is when you slide a figure without turning. That is called a translation. So again, you're sliding that figure to the left, to the right, up or down, but you are not turning that figure. And translation does not change the size or the shape of the figure as well. So let's look at this first one. It says translate figure ABCD 6 units left, and then graph figure A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. So what you are going to have to do, and I have to change something here because these are off just a little bit. So let me hit pause and come back. Alright, now we're back to this. And how this actually works is we're moving 6 units to the left. So we're going to have to move each one of these points 6 units to the left. So we're going to start with A. We're going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then point D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so now you end up having A prime, this is D prime, B prime, C prime, and then you can connect your dots. And it looks like this. And you can see it's the exact same shape. It did not turn, it did not twist. All it did was simply slide to the left 6 units. Okay? So let's look at our next one. It says translate triangle X, Y, and Z 2 units right and 4 units down. And then it says graph triangle X prime, Y prime, Z prime. So, in doing so, I got to move these again a little bit. Some reason they transfer, they just don't match up for some odd reason. These are some extra dots, don't worry about those. Let me hit pause. Alright, so we have to move each one 2 units right, so there's 1, 2, and then 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's our Y prime. X is 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 down. There's X prime. And then 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 down. And that is Z prime. So then you simply, again, go back through and draw your straight lines to make that figure translate. It says, what's the relationship between the 2 sets of coordinates? Okay, that's the question here. What you're going to do with those coordinates. So if this coordinate is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, so negative 4, positive 1. This one is going to be negative 1, and then 1, 2, 3. We're going to put it so that it's right here. So negative 1, positive 3. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1. Now let's look at these. And we get positive 1, negative 1. This one is going to be 5, negative 3. And this one is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So negative 2, negative 3. When we compare the actual coordinates, okay, we are needing to see the difference. Since this says 2 units to the right's always going to be positive. To the left is negative. Up is positive. Down is negative. So if we're going from this point and we say to the right 2, here's my -4, we're going to add 2 to that, so that gives us -2. And then we say down 4, so you're going to subtract 4 from the 1, and that does give us -3. Same thing for this coordinate. Starting with -1, if we're going to add 2 to that, it should be a +1, and it is. And 4 units down should be subtracting 4 from that would give us -1. Okay, and this one we're going to for Z it says 1, 2, 3. That should be a 6. I see. Adding 2, so that should be going over to the 6th, and then for the 1, 4 units down, subtracting 4 from 1 gives us -3. So that's how we get the 6, -3. So in all honesty, you could just look at the coordinates and find the translation by simply using those addition skills. Okay? So it says a decorative candle on a table has vertices of what's listed. Find the vertices of the candle after each translation. All you have to do is literally use what we just had here. Okay? So if I'm moving left to right, that is going to change the y-axis. Okay? So left or right deals with the y. I said that wrong. The x-axis. If I'm moving up or down, that's going to affect the y-axis. Okay? And to the left is negative, right is positive, up is positive, down is negative. So let's look at this again. So for r prime, if we are going 3 units to the right, it's going to affect again my x. And if I'm going to the right, I'm adding 3. So I've got to add 3 to this, which is going to give me a -2. And the -4 is going to stay the same. For s prime, we're going to get, again, we're adding 3 to a -1. So that's going to give me a +2, -2. Stays the same. T prime is going to give me, again, adding 3 to my 1, so it's going to give me 4, and then -5 stays the same. So that's my translation. For this one down here, I want you to hit pause and go ahead and solve that according to what we just did up here. Alright, so if we're doing this, r prime, 5 units to the left, so we're going to add 5 to -5, so that gives me 0. Whoops, did that wrong. Moving to the left, so that's negative. So a -5 plus a -5 is going to give me a -10. We can also use your number line if you like as well. That sometimes helps. 3 units down, so that's going to be a -3. I'm going to write this on here. Maybe that'll help some of you, including myself, to be able to look at that difference when we're going to be adding those. So a -4 plus a -3 is going to give me -7. There's my new translation. S prime, adding a -5 and a -1 is going to be -6, and a -3 and a -2 is going to give me -5. And my T prime is going to be adding a -5 and a 1, which is going to give me then, or actually starting at a 1 and going to the left 5, will give me a -4. And then a -5 and a -3 is going to then give me a -8. So there's your new translation for those. So go ahead and take a look and double check those answers. If you have any questions on those, certainly ask. You'll be asked to also on a graph these then. So you'll be doing a little bit of both of those different types of activities for today. You can always look back in your textbook as well, and there is a workbook page, so you can always flip it over and look at some of the examples on the back of that, because that will be very similar to what you are going to be working on for today. That's why it's called a study guide. So have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow.